Happy video day, guys. In today's video, we are going to be talking about my challenge. We're going to be talking about my one brand for 1 year challenge. Okay, so if you guys are new to the channel, I decided that this year is going to be the year of Natasha Denona. So I asked you guys, actually first, I asked you guys sneakingly if you wanted to see Charlotte Tilbury or Natasha Denona, and you guys picked Natasha, which I was obviously very excited for because I'm a huge Natasha Denona fan. So I committed to you guys that for the whole year, I'm gonna buy every new launch from Natasha Denona. So this is going to be my update video. This is going to be my January update video of all the things that I have purchased in January of Natasha. So these are going to be all her new launches. And I'm going to try to do this every month, depending if she comes out with anything. If there's no launches, then there may be no update, or maybe there'll be an update complaining about there not being launches. I have no idea. We're just going to go with this. First time I've ever done something like this. So yeah, if you guys are new, I'm Christina Brooke. If you're obsessed with Natasha Denona, hit subscribe. You're gonna see everything that she releases this year on the channel. So let's get into it. So I think what I'm gonna do during these updates is first I'm gonna tell you guys about some of the stuff that she launched, and then I'm gonna talk about some of the stuff that people are telling me that's coming out, and we'll kind of like talk about it, and I'll tell you if I'm excited. I think that's what we're gonna do. We'll see. We'll change this up as the months go by. You guys can leave me your recommendations for your one brand, 1 year updates. But let's talk about the stuff that I've purchased. So first things first, this actually came out in December, but it was like the end of December. So I'm going to consider it January because I want to talk about this anyways. So the first launch that I picked up for the new year, last year, almost the new year, was the Natasha Denona lip liners. So she released a bunch of new lip liners. So these were called the I Need a Nude lip crayons. I've actually talked about these a few times. I think I already gave my review follow-up on them, basically my end of the end review, which I always do that for every new release. I give you guys an end of the end review. And I love these. These are phenomenal. I think that these are so gorgeous. I did pick up 2 of the 5 shades. I think she came out with 5 or 6. I have no idea. Or maybe there was 8. There was a lot of shades. Maybe I'll put like a little thing here to show you how many were out. But she came out with a lot of them. And I was looking at the colors and I noticed that in between the color tones, they're very similar. So I don't think anybody needs to go out and buy every single one of these. So I ended up just picking up 2 of them and I love them. I love them so much. I have Naya and I have Julia. Julia I use a lot more. So Julia is actually the one that is lighter. So that's what Julia looks like. Very, very pretty, very neutral tone, something you could wear all the time. And then finally Naya, which is the darker of the 2. Darker, this is actually almost brown. It's a very, very pretty color too. Obviously the darker one is Naya. Naya is a very pretty color too, but it's something more that I would wear when I want to do more of a deeper lip. So I love them both. I think that they're very, very pretty. They're super creamy, but the cool thing about them is they dry down. So they dry down and they don't really transfer anything. They actually like stick in place. So I do love the fact that they don't move around on the lips. I love the fact that they stick in place. And I want to tell you guys the price of them just because since we're going over everything, might as well see if they were worth the price tag. So the lip liners are $22 each, and definitely I think for the price tag they work really, really beautifully. I really, really like them. They seem high quality. I like that they're like creamy. I don't know, like that makes them feel high quality. They don't feel like those dry lip liners that you would buy like at the drugstore or even like at Sephora, some of those dry lip liners that you feel like you're like tugging at your lips. This is luxury. They feel really silky. They feel amazing. I'm very, very happy with them. I think they're beautiful. I do not think that you need every single color in them. I definitely think you need 1 or 2, but I don't think you need every color, which is also something I want to like point out to you guys. If Natasha Denona comes out with like a whole range of lipsticks, so let's say she comes out with 30 lipsticks, I might not buy all 30. I want to try the formula, but I'm not sure if I want to try every color. I'm not 100% sure, like, it depends. Like if all the colors look very different, maybe I'll buy all of them. But if they are very similar in tone, I may just buy a few of them just to try the formula because I don't want to be wasteful either. So like if I were to have bought 8 of these, it would have been dumb because their colors were very, very close. So we'll see we'll see how the year goes and we'll see like what she releases. But I did want to like just let you guys know that like I don't know if I'll buy every single one, or like if she comes out with a bunch of foundations. I mean, I'm not going to buy every shade of the foundations. I'll buy my shade or concealers and so forth. If there's like a bunch of blushes, maybe if they're very different, maybe I'll buy every single one. But I'm going to gauge it like that. I'm not going to just say like, if she comes out with 40 foundations, I'm buying all 40. I think you guys know what I'm saying. But now that we've talked about the lip liners, let's talk about the Love collection, because this is the next thing that released and I was so excited. I was so excited. I just thought it looked like such a cool collection. Right when I heard it was releasing, I did my Make Up Your Mind. I had these colors already. I kind of knew that I had them, but I kind of like was obsessed with having them in a little palette, and I love this little palette. And there's also something to say that I love Natasha Denona's formula. So even if she comes out with something that I know I already own, if it's not in her formula, sometimes I just want to pick it up because I really love her formula. Favorite brand formula, literally A+, my favorite. So I was super happy to have this little mini, and guys, this little mini is stunning. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it for you guys just so you guys can get just a cute little glimpse of just how amazing this thing is. It is, oh, this thing is just, oh, like I can't even put into words. I love this mini. I think it's very, very stunning. I am not somebody who loves pinks on the lids. I think a lot of you guys hear me say that a lot because I'm not like a pinky person. But this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful curation of colors. The only one that, like I've told you guys before, is this last pink right here that's like a metallic. I could have done without. I mean, I just didn't need it just because I love these colors right here, and then this one just went back. But it's actually beautiful. This top one is actually a dual chrome that shifts and it turns into like a peach to a pink, which makes me love it more because I like really love peach, but I'm not like huge on like fuchsia-y pinks, and this one like kind of like shifts on it. This one shifts, so it's like really pretty. So I love this. The formula is stunning, and what I like the most, guys, is that this is like one of those palettes that you don't have to pull out multiple palettes. This is a one and done palette. You can use this on its own. You don't have to mix it with any of her other palettes. I never bought the Love palette, and looking from other reviews, it doesn't look like it's 100% similar to the Love palette. But what I would say is if you have the Love palette, you probably didn't need this, but it's like one of those like carry-on Love palettes. So like if you love the Love palette, but you want to have something smaller so you could like take it with you places, then you might want this, but you probably don't need it. I love it. I think it's gorgeous, and her minis are usually $25. I personally think that for the formula, they're worth it. They're worth the $25. I mean, you can buy a $25 palette from another brand that has less eyeshadows and maybe not get that amazing Natasha Denona blendability and insaneness. So I was, yeah, obsessed, obsessed. She has not done me wrong, and I have gladly spent my money so far. The last two products that I picked up from her was the lipstick. So now this is the lipstick in the new color that she released with the I Need a Nude line. This is called Amorosa 36 NP. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful color, guys. This is that nude that you didn't know you needed. But then when you buy it, you're like, where have you been my whole life? It has mauve in it, and it actually has like a mauvey pink color in it. And what's cool about that is if you're doing like these purpley lids, it looks perfect. It's like if she's a makeup artist or something. No, like she really curated this really, really beautifully. The colors really work really nice together. I love the way the purples mix with this purpley kind of this mauvish nude pink lip. I think it's insanely beautiful. I forget how much her lipsticks are, but I think they're like 20 something, 25. So the lipsticks are 25. I think they're so worth it. Her lipsticks are not as amazing as Charlotte Tilbury, but pretty damn good that I think 25 is a very reasonable price tag. And her lipsticks are so, so creamy. So yeah, loving that. And then finally this one right here. So this is the Natasha Denona Cheek to Cheek Love Duo or something like that. The Love Cheek Duo palette, and it retails for $42, and you get two colors here. So you have the cream blush that is supposed to be in the Daria palette, but if you guys saw my review, you guys would see that this is a lot more pigmented than the Daria palette. And then this beautiful highlighter, which if you saw my review, you would know that I'm obsessed with. I love this color highlighter, guys. It reminds me of the Maybelline Master Chrome. Somebody actually said it looked like the Benefit, oh my goodness, what was it? The famous Benefit highlighter, peachy. I forget the name, but it's the famous one that kind of looks like this. Comment it down below. I can't remember what it's called. But this is, oh my God. And then if you guys want to see like the blush is a very pink color. But for my skin tone and with a damp beauty blender, it's not super obnoxiously pink. So my opinion is if you own the Daria, you definitely do not need this. But for me, I almost feel like getting rid of the Daria. I know that might be extreme, but I don't feel like I reach for the Daria palette very much. And I've reached for this one quite a lot. So maybe it has something to do with the fact that there's only 2 colors in here and I don't have to like look at so many. Maybe that Daria palette is just too much, you know? And I did get the Daria on sale when it was on sale at Sephora, so I don't know. I'm almost feeling like, oh, look at that. I have like a hair in here. This is worth it for even maybe somebody who likes the Daria palette, just thinks it's a little too bulky and annoying and maybe is thinking of decluttering it out of their collection. This is a beautiful option. I also think that deeper skin tones are going to benefit from that blush because the blush is actually deeper than the Daria palette. The Daria palette is a little bit more pink and almost didn't show up as much on my skin. This one showed up a lot more. It is $42. I do think that's kind of pricey. And maybe out of all of them, this is the one that's maybe a little bit more on the pricey side to spend, but you also get this cute little decoration thing. And I know some people don't like it, but I kind of really like it. I'm not gonna lie, it is a little cheesy, you know, with all this confetti and glitter in here. It is a little cheesy, but I kind of like it. So, I mean, at the end of the day, maybe this one is not the one that's worth the money for me because I already own Daria, and if you already own Daria, you definitely probably just don't need this, but I really love it. So I am happy with my first month of Natasha. There is nothing here that I am like, oh my God, why? I don't have an oh my God, why? I have a lot of like, oh my God, yes. So I'm really excited. I think that this was an amazing first month of my Buying Everything New that Natasha Denona releases month. I think it was phenomenal. Now, let's get into the juicy stuff because I've got some amazing friendly detectives on Instagram. You guys know who you are, and thank you so much for being such amazing detectives. And they have given me the scoop that Natasha Denona is releasing a normal size palette, like the one like Safari, okay? So I think that's like 120 something, and it's gonna be colorful. So colorful. I don't want to like put a picture of it up because I know she hasn't like even announced it yet and I don't want to like give it all away, but there is a palette coming and it's going to be colorful. At least that's the rumor. There's pictures of it, so most likely this is true, and it's interesting. Now I do think that there's going to be some people who might be like, what? And it might be that, you know, quarantine made things a little circle loco for her and she made a very fun palette out of the craziness, but I think it actually looks cool. I think it looks cool. Now, another thing is I don't know about the lights where the photo was taken, so I don't want to like turn anybody off to something yet because like, you know, lighting and all that stuff, I'm not sure really 100% the colors, but it does look like it's going to be a more vibrant palette for Natasha, but there is some pretty cool colors in there. I'm thinking like a play on, I guess you would say like a play on the trio chrome style, but a little bit more saturated. So that's going to be a palette that's coming. I'm pretty interested in it. It's not my retro, which I hope she's releasing like big size retro this year because I mean, I have an excuse to not even think about it because I'm buying all her new releases, you know? So I'm hoping that that releases. Maybe that's going to be like either like the end of spring or like that fall palette because she knows a lot of people want it. I'm waiting for that. But the other thing that somebody has already told me is that there's going to be eyeliners, okay? So I'm interested in an eyeliner, to be honest. I think that after this formula, I'm like, okay, give me eyeliners, Natasha. And it's not like I have like a million eyeliners that I'm like obsessed with. So if she comes out with like 4 or 5 shades, I may pick up all 4 or 5. But I'm pretty excited for eyeliners too. I don't know, if they glide like these and they stay put, then they would probably be worth getting all of them. So yeah, those are the chismes. Those are the chismes. Those are the things that people have told me. That is the word on the street of stuff that's coming out from Natasha Denona. I want for you guys to be my little detectives too. So if you guys find out information, DM me on Instagram at Christina Brooke Beauty. Let me know the cheese. I want to know what's coming out. What did you guys find out about? I'm dying to hear, you know, I want to know what's the year going to hold for Natasha? What do I have to buy? So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed my first follow-up video on my challenge of buying every new release that Natasha Denona comes out with for the entire year. Let me know what you guys want me to include in this monthly catch-up. Anything down below, leave me your comments. What do you guys want to see in this video? And yeah, I'll talk with you guys later. Bye.